Hi guys. Hi. Hello. Welcome. Hi. How are you? Hope you've had a good day today. Just wait for people to join. Give it another minute. Hi. Hi, is that Stuart? Hi Stu. Hi Debbie. Hi Lynn. I think I can just see the camera's really high up tonight and I need my glasses on so I can't quite see, but hi. I think that's you anyway. Hello. Hi. Nice to see you. So tonight we're going to focus on a bit of shoulders but mainly hips tonight. There's not loads of standing poses tonight either, so that'll be good. Hi, hello. Hi Alison. Can't read. Hello. Hello. Is that Charlotte? Hi Charlotte. I think it's Charlotte. I can't read. I haven't got my glasses. It's too far away. I'll have a read of them later. Let me step up on my step, see if I can get a bit closer. I think it is Charlotte. Yeah, it's you. Hi Charlotte. How you doing? I hope you're staying strong in these times. So I'll just give it another minute. As I say, we're going to do shoulders, we're going to do lots of hip work tonight as well, and a little bit of obliques as well. And as always, I have it planned, but it might not go to plan, but hey. So it'll be about 45 minutes, hopefully. Hi! All coming in now. Hi! I can't read it, I'm sorry. Like that, squinting, can't see. Okay, so like I said, if you've missed it, oh, everyone's coming in now. Hi, hello, whoever you are, hello. I don't know who you are because I can't see it. So hip, shoulders, okay, maybe a little bit of core work, who knows. I like to rattle it up a bit. So not lots of standing, okay, so I hope you can see me okay. So just find your mat. You don't really need anything. You might need a block or two, or a cushion maybe, or a blanket to maybe sit on. Hi, whoever it is, hello. I send love back. I don't know, I can't read it because it's really high up there at the moment. Okay, so let's get going. So we're going to start kneeling on our mats. So just take it nice and tall. So bringing the back up nice and tall. Roll the shoulders back and down. And see if you can sit up a little bit taller. Focus in on the sit bones into the heels. If you can't kneel for any reason, you can put your legs out. Lots of love back. Whoever's sending love, tons of love back. Thank you. So bring the spine up nice and tall. Let's bring the palms down onto the front of our thighs. Let's get a bit grounded tonight. So you can roll the shoulders back and down a few times if it feels good, just to release any tension. Or you can just lift them up and then drop them down. Just decompress the shoulders down. And maybe do a few of those. Inhale, bring the shoulders right up to the ears. And then exhale, pull them down. Notice where you've been holding them today. Inhale, and then exhale, drop them down. Maybe a few circles. Maybe it feels feel good to clasp your hands or put your hands on your lower back and just squeeze the shoulder blades together. Maybe tilt the head, keeping your torso upright. Release the hands. Take your left hand on the outside of the opposite thigh, right hand on the back, and just take a little twist. Breathing into it. You can use this hand as a lever. Take it round to the other side. The hand. You can maybe wrap the back hand behind you. Breathing into it. Maybe looking over the shoulder if it feels good. And just release. Place the hands behind your fingertips towards your toes if you can. Bend the elbows, keep them nice and soft. Lift up, lift the chest, lift the heart. Open it up, open the energy. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, spread the fingers, drop the head if it feels good too, but keep lifting the chest and the heart. Deep breaths, inhaling, exhaling. And then slowly release. I hope your feet aren't going numb, too numb. Let's just do some neck rolls. Take your head to the right. Roll it round the back as you inhale, and then exhale the chin down across the chest. So you're inhaling your time, and then exhale. Watch the torso doesn't collapse as you're doing these neck rolls. Keeping your torso nice and tall. Your abs, your tummy's pulled in. Shoulders are down, don't let them shoulders rise up to the ears again. Change the direction whenever you're ready. And if full circular rolls are too much, you can always go down the chin to one side and then down the chin to the other side. But most importantly, follow the breath. Use your breath to follow the movement. And just release your head back to neutral. Bring the arms up. Inhale, palms forward. And as you exhale, cactus the arms. Exhale. Oh, let's do a few more of these. Inhale. Exhale, I lied if your feet are going numb, I'm sorry. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Take your hands onto your hips and see if you can lift the bum up off those feet. Tuck the toes here, it's going to help out here. And then bring your right hand over to your right heel. If it won't go, take it to the lower back. There's always a way you can do it. Reach the left arm up. Reach it up, open the chest like we did at the beginning. Breathe into it, maybe turn your head, look down to the heels. Whatever feels good, listen to your body. Whatever your body needs, you make it your own. I'm just here to guide you. So we're going to swap it round, bring it up, both arms up, inhale. Exhale, left hand to the left heel, and then right hand either back. Again, left hand doesn't have to be on the heel, it can be on your lower back. Watch your bum cheeks aren't collapsing down. Keep lifting, unclench the bum cheeks, and then lift. Lift the chest, turn the head. You can untuck the toes if you want to go deeper. And then one more each side. Inhale, reach both arms up, reach, 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 and then exhale, hands to the heel. As I said, if you want to make it deeper, you can untuck the toes, but don't let the back collapse. And then maybe find a twist. Maybe you need opening up. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale. Tight to that side. into it. Whenever you feel tightness in a pose, breathe deeper, deep breaths. And if you can't breathe in a pose, you've gone too far. Reach the arms up. Inhale and then exhale, hands down to the floor. Shift those knees under your hips and just do some cat-cows. Inhale, arch back down, look up. And then exhale, pull the navel in. Oh. Inhale in. Shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, navel pulls in, pushing into the hands, into the earth. Inhale. And as always, if you have an intention or you want to give yourself a little mantra or a phrase, maybe it's just to let go, I'll keep reminding you to focus on your intention. You don't have to. And just neutralize the spine. Maybe go side to side if it feels good, shoulder to hip, alternate those. And then maybe do some circles, circling it round, using the head, using the neck. Feels good, any kind of movements, just getting that stagnant energy moving through the body. Neutralize your spine, step your left foot through. We're coming into a low lunge position. So take your hands onto the front of that thigh, make sure the front knee is in line with the ankle. Maybe slide the back leg back, maybe keep the back toes tucked. Inhale and sink it down, front knee over the front ankle. You can see your big toe. Roll the shoulders back and down, watch those shoulders aren't rising up. Inhale and exhale. And maybe it'll feel good just to take a twist. Maybe take your hands onto the outside of that front thigh and twist it round. You can perhaps take the back arm, hand onto your lower back. Maybe it comes round. Breathe into it, and as you're in this twist, don't forget to keep sinking down, releasing. And just release your hands, keep your legs where they are, take your hands to the side of the mat in front of you, and just turn that back leg on the knee, swivel on the knee, so that you're in this position. Keeping the front knee bent, it's like a side lunge, so bring yourself up and take the back of your left hand onto the inner thigh of your left thigh and sink down here. It feels a bit, but it's really quite nice for the groin, for the hip flexor there. So maybe sink, see how it feels. You might need to tuck the toes of your right foot to give you stability. Breathe into it. And then take your hands on your hips and straighten that front leg, straighten the left leg, keeping your hips to the long side of the mat. Turn the toes of your left foot as much as you can towards the long side of the mat, and then reach your right hand and lean over, take it down onto the mat, plant the hand, and then reach the left arm up and over. You might feel that top leg sliding a little bit, foot sliding. Reach it over, really just get a nice stretch into the obliques of your left side. Breathing into it. It might feel good to look up, gaze up, or drifty, or down, wherever. You know what you need. And then we'll come up into a gate pose. So bring yourself up, keep that front leg straight, hands onto your hips. And while your hands are on your hips, just shift that left hip forward so that it's in line with your right hip. Then slide your left hand down the outside of that thigh, reach the right arm up, palm facing the left. And then, if that's enough up here, stay here. If you find that you can sink down without that left hip sinking back too much, take it over. So now you're getting the nice stretch in the right side of your body. Breathe into it. then slowly release. Bring both arms up, both knees onto the mat. Knees are parallel. You can tuck the toes if you want to here, and then reach the left arm back to the left heel. Inhale back up, we're not holding. Exhale, right hand to the right heel. Inhale, reach up, and then take your hands to the front of the mat. You might need to shimmy around a little bit, hands under shoulders, knees under hips, widen the knees, big toes touch, pull back into child's pose. And then we're going to do the same on the other side. So slowly come back up to all fours. Feel free to cat-cow if you want to just release. Otherwise, step your right foot for low lunge in front of you, front knee in line with the front ankle. Bring yourself up, maybe put the weight of your hands onto the front of that thigh if it feels good. Take some time just to get into it. Find your bounce, find your sink. Roll the shoulders back and down. Breathing into it. You can take it into a twist if you want to. Both hands to the outside of that thigh. Maybe twist the torso. Maybe the right arm comes round, wraps round, or just rests on the lower back. However you want to twist, you take it into your twist. There's always the prayer twist if you want to. Those of you that have been to my classes. So keep staying here, stay here. I'm just going to swap it around so that you can see me do the next ones. So we're going to slowly take your hands down, and then you're going to pivot on that left knee so that your shin is on the long side of the mat. I can't even explain it, but you know what to do. Your front leg is bent. So you're in a side lunge position. It feels a bit odd, but the back of the right hand goes to the inner thigh just to make sure that inner thigh doesn't sink forward or in to the middle. And then find your sink. Find your sink. However odd it may feel, just find a little release right here, right in the groin. Breathing into it. Shoulders back and down, chest open. Your lower abs are pulled in, pelvic floor pulled in. So all the strength, all your bundas. Hands onto your hips, straighten that right leg, toes facing the long side of the mat, and then left arm reaches out, place it on the floor. Right foot might slide a bit, that's okay, adjust it, and then reach the right arm up and over. Keep lifting the hip points up to the front. Opening the chest, opening the bottom ribs up to the ceiling. Deep breaths. And then we'll come into a gate pose. So bring yourself back up. Your right leg still straight, hands on your hips. Just watch your right hip doesn't sink back, level them out. And then slide your right hand down, reach the left arm up, reach, reach, reach. If that's enough, stay here. You can always put your hand behind your head. Maybe you sink down, but if you do, watch that right hip doesn't sink back. You're bringing both hips level. And then breathe. You're breathing into the whole of the left side of your body. Then slowly release down, hands to the front of the mat, Knees under your hips, so you're on all fours. Widen the knees, big toes touch, pull back into your child's pose. Pulling it back, maybe take a little bit of a wiggle. If you want a little bit more in the shoulders, you can take your elbows to the floor and take your hands into prayer above your head. If your bum doesn't quite touch the heels, that's okay. If you want to put a blanket under your bum in between the heels and your bum, feel free. And then bring yourself back up. We're going to do a little puppy pose. We haven't done this for a while, so knees under hips. Hands are under shoulders to start with, so you need to keep your hips over your knees. And as you walk your hands forward, walking them forward, your chest sinks further and further towards the mat. Doesn't have to reach it. And then maybe your forehead touches the floor. Maybe not, that's okay. You can roll a towel up, put your head on a towel, a block, a cushion. So you're opening up the upper back, your traps, your scapula, breathing into it. Nice deep breath. Remember, if you can't breathe or you're finding it difficult to breathe in a pose, you've gone a little bit too far. So just make it so that you can breathe deeply into it. And then walk it slowly, slowly back up into your child's pose again. You can bring the knees together if it feels good to round the back over the knees or knees apart. Your child's pose. You do what you need to do. And then walking it forward onto your forearms. We're going to come into little Sphinx pose. Slide the legs back. Spin the inner thighs up to the ceiling as you push your toes into the mat. Elbows under your shoulders or maybe slightly forward. Roll the shoulders back and down. Spread the fingers. And look straight ahead, breathing into it. If you want to come a little bit deeper, you can try seal pose. So you bring the hands about the width of the mat, maybe wider. Roll the shoulders back so your elbows are off, your arms are straight. So the further your hands walk towards you, the further you'll get into this pose. So watch your shoulders, don't lift up to the ears, roll them down and back. You can widen the arms. It's your body, your pose. You know what your body needs. You know what we're all different. There's never a right or wrong in yoga. Don't forget that intention. If you've got an intention, breathe into it, let it go. And we're going to slowly, slowly lower down. And stack the hands on top of each other, maybe turn your head to one side. And then we're going to just do one more upper back, one more shoulder before we go into the hips. So take your right arm out to the side. I'm hoping you can see me here. So you're laying flat down on your belly, on your chest. So your right arm straight to the side. So see if you can roll to the right side. Your right arm's still out there, roll to the right side. Your left hands, you're using that as a lever in front of you. If that's enough, stay here. If you can bend your left knee, placing your left foot onto the mat behind the right leg. And then if you can reach the left arm up, you can reach that left arm up as well. Just do what you can here. Layer on the postures here. I don't know why I'm looking round. I was looking round to have a look at you all then. That's habit from my classes. And if you have got enough, you can, it's a little bit over the top, but you can clasp your hands behind you maybe if you've got enough rotation in the shoulders, shoulder blades. And then release wherever you are. Take your hands in front of you, forearms on the mat, and come into a little Sphinx pose. Roll the shoulders back and down, spread the fingers, maybe turn the head from one side to the other side. Just release the neck. It's a bit cheeky. So we're going to do the other side. So your left arm comes out, laying on your front, and then your right hand, place it on the floor, and then you can use that hand just to bring yourself over, bring yourself over. You can always put your head on a pick cushion or a block. So if that's enough there, stay there, that's enough, that's good. If you can bend that right knee, placing the foot onto the floor, onto the outside, behind the left leg, you can do that. You could reach the arm up if you want to, or not, doesn't matter. And if you have got enough room, you can clasp your hands behind you and squeeze the shoulder blades together. It's not particularly pleasant, but I can breathe in it. Breathe into it. Release the upper back. We hold so much tension in our upper backs, you know it. If you're still with me, Charlotte, you know it too. And then release down. Take the hands down onto the mat, forearms onto the mat, and do another little Sphinx pose. If you fancy seal pose, if you want to go a little bit deeper, feel free, but I think that's enough. And just turn the head, just release. Maybe do some neck rolls. And then walk your hands under your shoulders, come to all fours and pull back into a nice long child's pose. Stretch the arms out. Stretch them out, get those arms active. Lift the heels of your hands up off the floor. Oh. Don't worry about the bum touching the heels, it's more of a lengthening from the spine down to the fingers. Slowly come up, back to all fours. Let's get a little bit of hip release in now. So we're going to take your right knee up, flexing the foot, and you're going to circle it. We just want to get a little bit of oxygen. I can't think I had a brain freeze then. A little bit of energy flowing, stagnant energy release from that hip. Taking it round, 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 round. Slow, big circles. Take it the other direction. Your core is pulled in tight. Your pelvic floor is activated. Circling it out. And just release it down and take the other side. If you've been sitting, standing, walking, whatever you've been doing, it's always good to release the hip. Just get some oxygen through it. Taking it round. Whoop. That's a little crack in the hip there. Pop. And then we're going to take it into a little pigeon pose. So we're going to lift the knees up off the floor and then bring the left leg in front of you. I'll show you an alternative. There is an alternative if you can't do pigeon pose. So taking that left leg, it does not ever have to be parallel to the mat. It doesn't. And just where you feel it, wherever you feel it, in that left buttock, that left bum cheek, down the side of that left IT band. That's it, you've got it. So you can stay up here, shoulders back and down if that's enough, or you can come down onto the elbows, breathing into it. You shouldn't feel it in your knee. there isn't a yoga stretch for your knee, you don't stretch your knee. I'll show you an alternative here. So you're going to lay on your back, you're going to take that left ankle over the right thigh, and you can either hold on behind the thigh, you can hold on the front of the shin, or you can just place your foot on the floor and you can open it out. They're all great hip stretches. So for those of you that are in pigeon, breathing it here, or sleeping swan in yin. Use the breath. You can find stillness here, or you can just maybe sway from side to side just to release those sweet spots. Just take a few more breaths here. And then walking your hands up, if they're not already. Now see if you can take your right forearm onto the mat. Now if that's enough, stay here. Maybe you can turn your head to the left. Little twist. Maybe you can wrap that left hand around your back, or layer on the postures when you can. You don't have to go the full way into a pose to get the benefits. And then walk your hands back, sit on that left hip bone, bend the right knee, so the left foot's on front of the right thigh, sitting up tall, and then walk your hands forward. Wherever you feel that release, you might think you can't feel anything there, so you might want to walk your hands and your chest over to the left a little bit, or the other way. So just take a little walk over whichever side you need, and then we're going to take 3-4 breaths into that hip. Awesome. And then slowly release, come back to all fours, maybe stretch that left leg out if it feels good, stretch it out, maybe do some more hip rolls if that feels good. You know your hip, you know what it needs. And then tuck the toes, lift the knees up, and then bring the right leg in front of you. We'll go into that variation where you're laying on your back and your right ankle's on the front of the left thigh. So wherever you are, if your right bum cheek, your right hip sinking down too much into the mat, you can always put a block or a cushion under it. And just find wherever your sweet spot is. Doesn't matter what the pose looks like, as long as you're not feeling any pain in your knee or your shin in this one. Just right in that right bum cheek. Still pull the tummy in, see if you can find some length in the spine. Shoulders down. See if you can find some softness somewhere in the body, even if it's in the breath and the shoulders. And just find a little sink. And then when you're ready, sit on that right bum cheek, sit it down, bend the back knee. Sit up tall here, so your right knee is probably facing the front of the mat, and then slowly walk it down. Wherever you feel, again in that right bum cheek, it's the same space, same stretch. And then slowly walk your way up, bring the legs in front of you. You can release that leg, got to tell you to release the leg, so just release it. Sit in here, however you need to release that hip. And then bend the left knee open it out so the left foot comes onto the inner thigh of your right foot. So you might want to sit on a blanket, maybe a block, it might be a bit high though. So sit up nice and tall, and if you need to bend that right leg, bend the right leg. Reach the right arm up, your left hand is holding on to the ankle of your other foot. Reach it forward, hold on to the foot. However bent that knee is, that's fine, it doesn't matter. Give yourself a little shift, wiggle the shoulders, get some length into your back as much as you can, even if it doesn't feel like it. Left arm reaches around your back and breathe into it. You can use a strap, you can take both hands around that foot if you want to. See if you can find length rather than just folding over. Breathe. Deep breaths. And just stay here for a couple of breaths. I'm just going to show you the easy twist that we're going to do. So you can bend the left knee and you can take hold of that left shin and twist round. Otherwise, bring yourself up out of that pose. Keep your legs where they are. Bend that right knee. Take that right foot over and place it onto the floor. So it's hooked onto the outside of that left thigh. Shimmy forward, hands behind you, and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Keep planting that right foot into the floor. Maybe your left heel is coming into your bum cheek. If that's enough, stay here. If you want to take hold of the front shin with your left forearm and right hand comes behind you. Inhale, sit up tall, exhale. And you may notice the more you're gently pulling that right thigh out, you're going to feel a stretch again in that right bum cheek, right IT band. Take it into a twist. And those of you that want to, you can take the elbow to the outside of that thigh if it goes. Breathe into it. It's great. Twists are great for getting rid of negative energy through the body. So wherever you are in the twist, just know that it's perfect for you. Good job. Bring yourself back up. Straighten the legs. Maybe give them a little shake, a little shimmy. It's quite tight, that one. And then bend the right knee, right foot into the inner thigh. Sit up tall again. You might just want to sit up on something. You can bend that left knee. Right hand on the right ankle, left arm up. Inhale and then exhale. Take it round the foot. If it goes to the foot, if it doesn't, that's fine. You don't have to straighten the leg. Remember, you can keep that leg bent. Take the right arm around your back. Inhale. Breathe into it. So stay there for a few breaths, a few more breaths, especially if you're going into the full twist. If you're coming into the easier twist, come up, bend that right knee, place the right foot on the floor, hands on the shin, and then you're going to twist round to the right hand side like so. Otherwise, if you're coming into the full twist with me, come up, right foot is still there, bend your left knee, take your left ankle and bring it over. You might need to just shift yourself forward a little bit so that you can try and plant that left foot into the floor. Take your hands behind you and take it. Oh, squeeze the shoulder blades together, open the chest up. So if that's it, that's enough, that's perfect. Otherwise, you can wrap your right forearm or hook the inner elbow onto the front of that shin, just at the knee, and left hand behind you and take it round into a twist. And the more you pull, oh, I shouldn't say pull, but gently help, or pull basically. Pull, the more you put the weight onto that outer left thigh to help you go deeper into the twist, the more you're going to feel it in your IT band. Inhale, you're sitting up tall, and as you exhale, you're twisting a little bit further. And you can always hook that elbow onto the inner thigh. Sit for your feet. And then slowly, slowly release. Take those legs in front of you. Just give them a little shake. Just going to do one more one for the hip. So bend in the knees. You're going to take your left ankle and you're going to place it onto the front of your right thigh. Flexing the left foot. Your hands come behind you, fingertips towards you, or you can take them out if that's not good for your wrists. And then slowly slide your right foot, bending your right knee a little bit further each time, and walking your hands a little bit further, so you're taking it inwards until you get that nice cheeky little stretch. Breathing. It's probably nicer to have your fingers facing away, but it's up to you. And just breathe into it. Maybe sway. Some people sway side to side if that feels good. Or just find stillness here. Breathing into it. My shoulders are hunched right up to my ears, so watch you're not doing that as well. Bending the elbows. Naughty Julie. Taking it over. Side, side. So stay where you are with those legs, lie down, release your hands, keep those legs where they are, take both legs to the right hand side, hold on to your right foot or right ankle, with your left ankle with your right hand. So you're helping your left foot go onto the floor. And then just take a breath here. So you should feel that in the left hip. You can open the arm out, left arm out, look over to the left side if you want to, so it's kind of a little twist. Breathe. Oh, it's proper cheeky that one, isn't it? And just release your legs, straighten them out, bend, straighten. Hook your knees into your chest. And see if you can rock backward and forward just to sit yourself up again. A few more times, keep going. Good job. And then taking your legs slightly bent. So you're going to place your right ankle onto the front of your left thigh. And then you're going to walk foot in and walk your hands in and see how far you get. If you don't get very far, that doesn't matter one little bit. As long as you feel that stretch. Take it over, side to side, keep it going. I can just see hearts coming up, I can't see who it is, but thank you, sending lots of love back. Take it over, you can find stillness, remember, watch those shoulders. So keeping the legs where they are, walking it back, releasing your elbows down first, then maybe back, or if you just collapse down, that's okay. So take your left hand onto the right ankle as you take it over, just so that you can help place your right foot onto the floor. Right arm out to the side. Maybe turn your head over to the right. Breathe into it. There is a dog in here, by the way. She's just sleeping in the corner. She's had a long walk today. So she won't be making an appearance tonight. And then then slowly release. Stay on your back, hook your knees into your chest. Or maybe just take some rocks, round circles, round, round. Or backward and forward. Keeping the knees wide. If you want to come into a happy baby, taking your hands onto the outside, the little toe sides of each foot. Arms are onto the inside of your knees. The weight of your hands helping your knees come in down towards your armpits. Soles of your feet facing up to the ceiling. Taking it side to side. You can rock, find stillness. Or just stay rocking. And then just take the soles of your feet together. Take your right hand onto your lower belly and your left hand onto the heart or the chest. And just breathe, close your eyes and think of 3 things that you're really grateful for today, however little. And then, in your own time, relax into Shavasana. Just straighten the legs, let the legs just collapse, your arms collapse inside, give yourself a little wiggle, close your eyes. I am going to go quiet for about 60 seconds because I want you to really soak into this Shavasana. So don't skip it. Please don't skip Shavasana. It's the most important pose of them all. Let all the moves, all the asanas that we've done tonight, let them all sink into your body. Shut up now. Just start to deepen the breath now, making your inhales and your exhales a little bit longer. Maybe bend the knees, maybe a little sway. Take your body to the right hand side, knees bent. Head onto your hands as a pillow, wiggle the toes, wiggle your fingers. And just thank yourself for showing up for this practice tonight. And then bring yourself up into seated position, whether it's cross-legged or kneeling, doesn't matter. Sit up tall, take your hands into prayer position, take your hands to your forehead, reminding you to have kind, loving and compassionate thoughts. Take your hands to your heart, reminding you to have kind, loving and compassionate intentions. And then take your hands to your mouth, reminding you to have kind, loving and compassionate communication. Sending love to you all. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you. Have a lovely evening and I'll see you next week. I have to step up on my step to switch it off. Thank you everybody. Goodbye.